It's been like a month since I recorded anything. I did do a tag that I haven't edited or uploaded yet because I've just been so crazy busy in March. It's insane. But if you're back, thank you. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Kelly and this is Sky and Thread Tarot, and I upload whenever I can. There's no regular rhyme or reason to this channel, but I'm trying my best. I do have a whole nother channel where I do celebrity readings, and that one takes most of my time because I get paid for that one. So I think people understand. But yeah, I'm so glad to be back this month with some more favorites. It's been crazy. Oh, and I forgot something, so hold on just a second. I always forget something. Ooh, I mean bright. Let me see. Okay, there we go. I always forget something. It's like chaos. Anyway. I hope you guys had a really great month. It's been really busy. I started physical therapy, #1. I was going 3 days a week, and now I'm doing like 1 day a week. I have some like hip issues where I'm getting like a lot of pain, but I quit smoking about 5 years ago, and it's just been a constant trek of like replacing smoking with eating. So I have gained weight, and it's putting like pressure on my body in places it doesn't like, and there's the whole thing. I'm not going to go into crazy health stories, but yeah, so that took up a lot of my time getting used to like new schedule and all the home exercises I have to do this month. Anybody else who does PT, I know you feel my pain on that. It's not fun. It's not. So I have been busy. Also, there's been a lot of stuff. Basically, I'm going to manifest moving to a new house within this year. By next year is the goal. It's looking like it's going to happen. It's just a matter of actually getting the current home for sale. So there may be some of that you see. Maybe if I can vlog any of the moving process, I will. But we're still in idea and planning stages. Nothing's cemented yet, but it will be soon. That's happening. I'm willing it to happen. I'm just tired of Florida. Honestly, I'm sick of it. It's hot. It's traffic. The people here are rude. I mean, that's a lot everywhere, but two of those things I can cut out. I can't cut out rude people, but I can cut out traffic and heat, and I'm gonna do that. So somewhere up in the middle of the country somewhere. That's the goal. I would love to move to Colorado, but we'll see what prices can allow me. But when that happens, there may be a full attempt at running only on YouTube and seeing how that goes. Maybe. We'll see. But that's the big plans. Let's see. Tarot. What happened in tarot this month? Well, two things, really. One was my Kickstarter for the Lost Tarot came in. Now, there's a story to this one where the majors only... Oh, I think someone's here, so my dog's going crazy. Someone's picking my mom up to go out today, so I'll try to talk through it, but if the dog's too loud, I apologize. So I was in a metaphysical bookstore, and they had the majors only of the Lost Tarot. It looked pretty cool. My dad was really into it. He's not a tarot reader or anything, but he does kind of like expanded spiritual viewpoints and discussions and things like that. Very open-minded person, and he really loved the Lost Tarot. He literally was trying to buy like all the copies that store had. He gets really into things, and he ended up buying like 3 or 4 copies of just the majors only. So when we found out that this creator was going to release a full version, I knew I was buying him a copy. I ended up getting 2 because I was like, well, if I'm getting him a copy, I'm going to get me a copy. And I don't know, the quality of the actual product of the deck is good, but I'll go ahead and show you guys some cards. Some of them are nice. Some of them have a lot of like, this one has a lot of like photoshopping going on. Let me see if I can zoom you in maybe. There we go. There's a lot of photoshopping in some of these cards. I think especially probably in the majors. And they look pretty nice. But then, as we go on, it goes from like this to more of this. More of the photos feel like they were just taken at the Renaissance Festival. And honestly, if the deck decided it was going to be more like just Renaissance Festival art, you know, candidates and reworked for a tarot, I probably would still like that. What I don't like is that it goes from having a lot of like atmosphere to looking very cheap. You know, like, because to me, it's not about how much money you actually put into it. It looks, how much effort did you put into it? And did you maintain a consistent level of effort? Even in decks that are completely drawn, like my issue with the Nightmare Before Christmas deck was the same thing. Some of the majors, everything looked beautiful. And then you get into the minors and some of them drew like 3 little sticks, needles that weren't even completely in the photo or in the framing. And there was like no energy or effort put into some of those cards. And that's what puts me off in a lot of decks, is if you don't have the same level of like, look at these two. If you don't have the same level of consistency in the deck across all the cards, if you're doing scenic and there's not like a uniform level of effort put in, that puts me off. That's what I don't like. So I am disappointed that I didn't get a consistent concept through this deck. I don't have a problem if it would have been one or the other. Just pick one. Just pick one. Gonna bring you guys back out. Oh, and as you can see, I finally got a cloth on this table. I put some floral arrangements for spring on here. But I also recently got into helping my mom make tarot mats. So I will probably be working those into some videos in the future and sharing some of those. And the goal would be to be listing some of our extras up on the website, on my Etsy shop, because we have a lot of fabric just laying around the house. We always get into like these projects and then we get halfway through and then we give up and we just keep all of the fabric and like items. So I wanted some just to make for myself, and then we decided maybe we can try to like at least regain like our money that we have just laying around in all this fabric, and we'll see how it goes. When I launch that, when I get some up on the Etsy page, I'll definitely make you well aware that that's happening. Okay, so back to tarot. I'm sorry I am going off on tangents, but my monthly favorites videos, we'll say, I'm not trying to keep them too organized. I'm trying to just hang out with you guys, have some discussions, and I don't know, share my life with you guys, share my favorites. I also want to hear what you guys have been doing this month. You know, like let's make a community in here, right? Like, what's the point if we're not gonna have a community? So I finally caved and got Pagan Otherworlds. I am not always one for pip decks. In fact, earlier, I would say in the first few years of my practice, I really didn't vibe with pip decks. I have like 2, and they're really just for collection purposes. They're not really for practical use. But this year, number one, I did buy a book. I bought a bark. I bought a book on Marseille to start learning that better. And I don't know, I suddenly feel more comfortable with pips. I did just recently sell my Ink and Intuition deck, but that wasn't because it was pips. It was because I just found I wasn't really using it, even though I really love the artwork. So we're moving up into a big boy deck. Like everyone else, I don't want to rip the stickers, so I am opening it from the bottom. So yeah, it's not a rare deck by any means, though it is indie, just like the Lost Tarot is an indie deck. But this one is much more consistent in its artwork, even though it's pips. There's like scenes, like landscapes, I guess, in the pips to kind of like hone you in on the RWS meanings if you're already familiar. So I feel like this deck tries to ride the line between being a Marseille and a RWS deck. You can use it however you like to read, which at the place I am in my practice now is more attractive to me. But when I first started reading and I was seeing everyone talking about this deck, I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's the style of this artwork has really grown on me. I do like a lot of classic art, but there's something about this that's like, it's like classic style, but softer. I think with a lot of like classical art, there's a lot of either, I don't know, there's a lot of like playing with light and how light hits things. And this always felt a little flat to me for a long time, but I've grown to actually really appreciate this art the more I've looked at it in the last year. So we're gonna work with it for a while and see how it goes. We're gonna try it out. I think it'll work fine. I think it's gonna be probably a workhorse deck like my Light Seers is, honestly, and I think people are gonna like seeing it in videos and stuff because it has that like old world feel to it. It has a you know, can tie a lot of people into their ancestry because it does have like a nature-y, more nature, I think, even than RWS is. It feels like it's out in nature, but this one really feels like it's out in nature, I guess, because like in the scenics it takes the figures out and you just have the landscape. But and there's something about like the handwritten feel of the titles on this where it's not so in your face, but I like it. It's definitely growing on me and we'll see how it goes, but I figure it was time to give it a try, like a real try, and see what all the fuss is about. And but I do feel like I'm at a place where I can finally like utilize everything that the deck has to offer and not feel like it's just because it was popular, right? Like, I don't want to just buy things because they're popular, at least not anymore. I'm not going to lie and pretend that didn't affect me in the beginning or that it doesn't get me from time to time now. But, you know, I have, I would say, a small to mid collection at this point. It's definitely big enough for what I can handle. And so now when I buy decks, they have to really be something that suits my needs more than just it looks really pretty, though. Not above it. I think last month I bought like my 3rd Pixel Cult deck just because I really love their art. So yeah, I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it. But this one I did put off for years before I finally got it. So these are the backs, same as the box. You know, they're not rare or hard to find on the internet. If you want full flip throughs, if you're interested in me doing a flip through and giving my honest first impressions of what the deck looks like and how it makes me feel when I flip through it, I'll be happy to do that. Just let me know. Ouch. I'm gonna get a paper cut. I work for the post office, so I get paper cuts very frequently, but I have never gotten a paper cut from a card deck before. So if this one draws first blood, I feel like that means I have a bond with it, a blood bond, but it didn't yet, so we'll see. Okay, so that's tarot. That's all the tarot I got this month. And the Lost Tarot I paid for like last year. So the only actual tarot purchase I made this month was Pagan Otherworlds. So I was really happy with that. I think it's going to fit really well in my collection. And I don't have anything that really looks like it. I have some that kind of lean into classic art. You know, I have my like Majestic Earth. But I don't think that and Majestic Earth are going to conflict too much. Like they're different enough. And I'm trying to think of other things that have their like old art style. No, I don't think it's going to conflict with anything. Okay, so crystals, I guess. I didn't go too crazy. this month. There was a crystal show in my area literally yesterday. So I did all of March. And then like the first day of April that I'm recording this, I got another skull. Let me see if I can get you some up close footage of this one. But yeah, he's moss agate. As far as my collection goes, he's on the more expensive side. He wasn't that expensive, but for my budget, he was on the higher end of it. But I just really love like all the translucency of the moss agate, and I like green. I feel like I'm always kind of working on heart chakra and and heart, work, because I can be very closed off. And oops, is my camera moving on us? I feel like it moved. I don't know. I thought it was more centered, and now I feel like we're going off on the side. If anything, I'll try to correct this in post. My setup is, maybe I need to just move the whole thing to the end of the table. I might try that next time. See if I move my frame. I don't know. Anyway, the setup here has never been optimal. Usually I green screen it, and during the winter there wasn't enough light. So I've been using my tarot wall, but hopefully maybe in the next month or so the light comes back and I can go back to my green screen. That'd be great. Okay, so I've talked before about my favorite little RPG inspired candle company. I am no how sponsored. It's not an ad. None of these people pay me. Nothing in my monthlies people pay me. I pay for everything. This is literally what I like. I paid my own money for. And they have their like underworld Greek pantheon inspired candles right now. And I got House of Hades and Hecate, but I will say I will probably also order their oh my goodness, what is it? Immortal Nectar and River of Lethe. Because both, oh my god, this whole new line they released is so good. It smells so good, but of course I had to get Hecate. Oh my gosh. Literally, this size will fill up the entirety of a room. If you have any room that's actually has like closes off. In my living room, it's still a little hard to have a very open plan living room though. But like any bedroom or anything, I burn this in. It just smells like this for like 3 days after. And it's not so strong, but it's like, it just lingers in a good way. I will say if they moved to this new size and it tunnels, the wick does not burn the full round of this. They used to do this size for their large candles. I think they went from, what is this, 10 ounces. It went from like 8 ounces to 10 ounces or 8.5 ounces to 10. Their wicks work really well for the 8.5 ounces, but for the 10, it's just a little too big, and you can see just the edges, it tunnels. So I would say the 2.7 ounce is probably the best for not tunneling and just bang for your buck. The price is really good on these for, hand poured small business candles. So yeah. I've been using Firelight Fables for a couple years now, and honestly, I just buy them all the time. I really like it, and I just find that the person that runs their business is really sweet, and I enjoy buying from her. So that's candles. Like I said, I kind of have a lot of repeat companies or things I do, but I guess this is just me. All right, what else? What else have I been doing? I am finally on the 3rd book of Dolores Cannon's Conversations with Nostradamus series, which has been really, really cool, really, really good. That didn't tell you anything. Has been really eye-opening. She is a hypnotherapist. I think she's a regression specialist, or was. Rest in peace. So a lot of it I don't take to heart too much, but I find it to be really good food for thought. Like, it's just really, really interesting, and it does, like, every once in a while it pings something serious. But, you know, they say even a broken clock is right twice a day, so I'm not going to put too much weight onto that. But I do think if you like psychic, past life regression, you know, just Nostradamus's prophecies in general, it's a fun read. It is. I've been listening to the audiobook. I don't really like the person that dictates the audiobook. Their voices between people, I just rather they didn't even do voices. Like, the accents are pretty bad. I can't lie. Like, bless her heart, she's trying, but the accents are bad. They're real bad, especially when she gets into southern ones. I'm like, no. On the other hand, though, I'm on book 6 of The Witcher, Lady of the Lake, whichever one. I think it's book 6, but I could be off. So I think I got one left in that series after this. And oh my goodness, the cliffhanger from Tower Swallows was just mean. It was so mean. It was so good, but like you're just like, oh no, I can't wait. So I've been in the Lady of the Lake, but so much is happening that I literally had to take a mental break from that book for a little while. So I kind of go back and forth between the two, where it's like the fiction and the reference, I guess. I don't know what you would call a book like Dolores Cannon like that, but you know, back and forth, because sometimes like keeping up with all of the story for The Witcher now is a little much. It's like we're far enough along that there's a lot of characters and a lot going on, and it's getting very Game of Thrones. I love it, but even Game of Thrones, I could only read like a few chapters, and then I needed like time to digest it all, and we're getting to that point. So it's not just a fun little ride anymore. It's like you got to pay attention to who's doing what and who and when, and I'm just like, oh crap. So, but we're almost done with our Witcher ride, and I'm excited to, like I said, I think I want to start the Vampire Chronicles again, because I had read a lot of the early books in Vampire Chronicles, but now that I'm doing this audiobook while I work kind of thing situation, I've been like just mowing through books so fast this year. For me, I know some people mow like 10 books in a month. For me to do like 3 to 4 books in a month is a lot. Like, just, I used to barely do 10 books in a year. You know? So it's been good for me. I'm really excited. I don't know. I used to not like to listen to audiobooks, and now for some reason this year it's been like an obsession. What else did I do? Oh, and Critical Role. You know, I love my D&D. I've been loving Campaign 3. I think we're like 17 episodes in at this point. They've done a couple one-shots. You know, they like to mix it up and get a break, and I would understand. They do a lot. If you watch the Critical Role, it's like a channel, you know? So, YouTube. Did I say it's YouTube? It's YouTube. I think they have it in a podcast form as well, wherever you listen to podcasts. Again, I'm not affiliated in any way. I just really enjoy it. I'm just a critter at this point. So there was a whole bunch of like story between Critical Role Campaign 3 and The Legend of Vox Machina, their animated series they released on Amazon, and they made them like connect. And it was a lot this month. It was a lot. My mind is still like, so I don't want to give any spoilers, but you need to watch and listen to both if you're going to do it. You don't need to, but it's better. It's better. You know, it's like you can eat a peanut butter sandwich without jelly, but why? Right? Why? Also, video games. I've been getting back into Sims 4. I kind of took like a year-long break from Sims 4 because I was tired of updating my game. Every time they make an update, like all my mods, like I like mods. I run a mod game heavily. And all my mods break every time The Sims updates, and I just got sick of it. I just got so tired of updating my game. I was like, okay, I'm not doing this for a while. I'm going to play Minecraft or whatever. But I'm getting back into it. I downloaded a bunch of new CC again. I'm just like, if I'm going to start my game, I'm just going to start it all over. And I'm not really playing so much as I'm making a save file and just like redoing every townie in a way I would like them, and also kind of putting NPCs in to other lots and giving them backstories and just having fun making a save file instead of actually playing the game, because I don't know, if you play Sims 4, you know the gameplay and all that. But I love cast and I love building. So I'm just playing it in that aspect. And then maybe later on down the road, if I have a bunch of free time, like a bunch of free time, then I'll play an actual game. But right now I like making Sims more than I like playing Sims. Is it just me? Is it just me? I don't know. Also, my Animal Crossing island is finally up to 3 stars. I finally got KK Slider there. And I'm finally unlocking all of my like island terraforming options. So that'll be fun. I'm finally gonna start saving up. It's like the grind is starting though. It's like I feel like the tutorial has finally ended once you get to 3 stars, and now the grind to like make your island the way you want it officially starts. So I've been watching a lot of like island inspiration videos on YouTube, which has been fun. And I don't know, I had fun redoing this table. I finally got some cloths. I finally brought my crystal ball out to use while I'm doing readings and do more trance work. Excuse me, I should have brought my water. But to do more trance work, I've had it and I always want to use it, and it's always sitting aside, and when I do like personal readings and stuff, I bring it out. But I don't know why I never put it on my table to help with readings and help get like into my zone, you know what I mean? Because I do better when I'm not hyper focused on everything else. So getting more trance state, more I don't know, it helps me focus. I know it's scrying, but in my mind, like I'm not stopping my reading to go scry, but I am like looking to the ball to help me get in the right mental state. Does that make sense? Like, but I can use it for scry work when I do specifically scry work, and it's just right there. I don't know, it's just really handy to be here and help me in my readings. And I'm so mad that I took this long to actually put it on my table. But you know, live and learn. That's how life goes. And what else? Oh, I forgot something else. Hold on again. All right, it looks like we had a camera death while I walked out of the room. I don't know, I'm trying to get this camera back where I want it. And is that better? I don't know. I think I bumped that. Okay, so as you can see, I'm back with my music for the month. Again, it was Monsta X. This time it's a solo from their main vocalist Kihyun. He did 3 versions of this album, and I got 2 duplicate photo cards and one of the other, and honestly the pose is just about identical, so it feels like I got 1 photo card. But that's the game you play with photo cards. They're random. Oops. They're completely random, and the point is to make you buy as many albums as possible. I'm not playing that game. You ain't getting more money out of me. 3 versions is, well, actually I'm lying. There was a actual jewel case version and what they call a Kino kit, which is like a digital copy that you can hook up to your phone, whatever. But I just bought the photo book versions because that's what, generally in K-pop, that's what I collect. So Kihyun put out Voyager. He did 3 really beautiful versions of it, and he has these, as usual, amazing photo books from a member of Monsta X. I'm trying to think what else I listened to this month, but it's been a lot of this or girl like Gail and Madison Beer and just artists who make music about breakups. And actually, yeah, I want to put you down a little bit. I'm too high. There we go. About breakups and I don't know, self-empowerment, I guess. So, but I've just been listening to that on YouTube Music, honestly, which is what I use for most of my music. You know, if other artists start doing amazing photo books like this, I probably would get more into collecting it again. But I'll just flip through some of this really quickly for you, as usual. Just high quality photos. I don't know what he's eating in these photos. That doesn't make any sense to me. But it's aesthetic. There you go, some toast. It looks better than whatever like weird nuts and chicken or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying both of these things individually aren't tasty. I'm just saying who serves a plate like this. Not anybody I've ever seen. And not any Korean food I know of. But if I'm wrong, please educate me in the comments, because I want to know if that just looks like something someone threw on a plate and was like, yeah, just pretend it's food. You know. I don't know what goes on in people's minds. So, yeah. I'm obsessed. Well, I wouldn't say I'm obsessed in like the bad way, but I'm obsessed with collecting Monsta X albums. You know, they've been my emotional support group, as people say, especially in the pandemic. I mean, they were before, but especially in the pandemic. But I'm not one of those fans that like does fan calls or I don't know, chats at them on like Twitter or something. I don't really participate too much in that. Usually you'll catch me like, thanks for the album, okay, bye. And I try not to exist for that. But I do enjoy their music and supporting them. And they just seem like nice people. I don't know. I've probably said this about Monsta X in every video I've done, but I have a Monsta X tattoo literally on my arm here. So if you watch these videos, you're gonna hear about Monsta X. I do try to put it at the end, so if you're not interested, you can skip. You can move along with your life, and I won't be mad at you. I won't hold it against you at all, but I will say if you invite Monsta X into your life, it will do nothing but improve it. It will just bring you happiness. I mean, it will also hurt your wallet, but you will feel happy listening to the music and following these men on their musical journey. So, yeah. Oh, did I forget this one? Maybe I did that one and this one. But yeah, it's the life I'm living. And if there are other K-pop fans who find my channel, please talk to me. I really want to be your friend. Especially mom bebes. If you find this channel, let's hang out. Let's find each other at the tour. But yeah, so again, Voyager is amazing. It's like a mid-tempo rock, pop rock song. It's good. It's good. It's really, really good. And if you're one of the people that only listens to music in the language you speak, I implore you to broaden your horizons because you won't regret it. But yeah, I think that's all I had really for this month. It was kind of a really busy month, so I didn't go shopping or have time to really play things. Like I said, getting my Animal Crossing Island to 3rd star is about the biggest thing that happened to me this month besides just pumping out readings. Again, I have an Etsy shop. If you want to order a reading from me, check it out. It's in the description. I just have a couple simple readings up there because I generally will talk to someone before I send them to the page and tell them kind of what to order. I like to pre-plan that stuff so I don't have too many like just randoms finding me on Etsy. I'm not a big fan of that. So yeah, so I only offer a couple things, but you know, we can discuss it. You can either talk to me in the comments, or if you want a private discussion, hit me up on Instagram, and we can discuss what kind of reading you want before you put in an order. So that way, you know, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, enough business. This is just me hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment. What music, video games, books, tarot, crystals, what have you been into this month? What has made your month better? What should I be investigating to improve my life? And I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys again soon, okay? Hopefully more videos next month. I'll be getting the one tag I did up hopefully soon, and probably after this though, because this is more time relevant to me than the other one. But it's it's the Zodiac, one deck each month. That's the one that's coming up, so keep an eye out, okay? I love you. Bye.